Did Gary Vaynerchuk live up to expectations with VeeCon?
7,000 attendees, one huge stadium, and a community of V friends have invaded Minneapolis. On a down day, everything looks up here at VeeCon, and we're going to share with you all the latest news, all the announcements, and all the alpha that's happening here at VeeCon. Welcome to Goats in the Metaverse, Stanley. It was good to see you today.
It
How
was in real life in Minneapolis. Yasi and I are here. We are here. Spread the news. Some of you came up to us, said hello. If you're here, make sure you stop by. I know some of you have been asking for a show. We're giving you a show, catching you up on everything that's happening in NFT news, and also giving you a recap of day one. What exactly is happening at VeeCon? Well, you will find out. But first, let's talk about our favorite part of the show. Yasi, the
Go,
Goat
go!
Boom.
Good Bolt sitting at $29,010. Reminder, it is our giveaway. We have a number of NFTs locked away in the vault that we're going to give away when we get to 5,000 subscribers, and we're well on that way. Goat Vault sitting at $29,000. It's reflective of the broader NFT market. At its peak was $100,000, and we think it'll get back there. But that is where we are in the market. ETH is slightly up, but still under $2,000, sitting at $1,963. And if you want to know how to win the contents of the vault, just hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, tell your friends, and you could stand a chance to win the contents of that vault. What's happening in the market? We know it's down, but let's see how that is affecting all of our daily floor prices. Well, we have a lot of red. There is a lot of blood on the street. Moonbirds holding strong, 26.2 ETH, and I saw there is only 1.3% of their supply that is actually listed. 130 Moonbirds for sale out of the 10,000. That nesting functionality seems to be working, as well as an announcement coming out from Kevin Rose that they are thinking about a token that they're going to launch.
When token.
So that's why we're seeing good activity in the Moonbird side, or at least the price holding strong. Everyone else pretty much down. Bored Ape Yacht Club now under 100 ETH, and Cool Cats sitting at a very low 3.8 ETH. I remember if it was yesterday, it was sitting at 14 and looking strong.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts our Goat Vault. But look at VeeFriends, 8.2. I think I predicted on the show that they're going to get a little bump somewhere around VeeCon. And they will, and they are. What we're seeing here at VeeCon is bananas.
Bonkers.
It kicked off yesterday, 5 p.m. outside of the stadium. They threw a picnic. There was a stage. They introduced Gary, and they said, Gary welcomed everybody. And Gary went to work right away. When I mean he went to work, he actually took a selfie, signed autographs, hugged people. I mean, like, this guy, if he was running for president, just give him the victory. Like, give it to him. He was out there for at least 4 or 5 hours nonstop. No water breaks, no nothing. Literally engaging with every single member of the community. And it was a cool event. There was music, there was food, there was drinks, there was a startup competition, there was a bunch of different vendors, people were dancing, people were engaging. It seemed like everybody was having a good time. And today, I mean, the stadium blew me away. These guys literally, like, when you walk into a stadium, Yasi and I Ubered there together. We walked in and we're like, holy shit, this is like in a football stadium, like fits 100,000 people. And you have a bunch of degens running around, all decked out in all different types of outfits and NFT paraphernalia, like ready to learn, ready to engage, ready to meet. And it doesn't look like there's that many people there because there's so many different things going on in so many different rooms, but there's a lot of people there. There's a ton of people, a ton of speakers. Yasi, who did you see? What did you learn? Give us the alpha. Talk to me.
Well, we saw people from all over the world attending VeeCon. We met some people from Switzerland, from France, from the UK, from Australia, all over the world, seeing the power of community firsthand. What surprised me was seeing how strong this community is and how much they believe in the VeeFriend community. People queuing for hours to get an autograph from Gary Vee, a selfie from Gary Vee. I walked and I saw, what is this line for? And it went on and on and on and on. I was probably walking for about 5-6 minutes and the line was still going on. And I eventually asked someone at the line, I'm like, sorry, what are you lining for? What is this line for? And it was to get an autograph with Gary Vee. So the power of the brand is strong. People are here. It was also great to see number of booths from other communities. We saw World of Women, we saw Deadfellas, Subducks,
I got a
and
t-shirt.
oh, you did, and you got a
I
t-shirt.
got a t-shirt
from a very cool machine that you got, a zombie handed you your shirt.
A
So
zombie handed me my shirt.
Lots of fun, lots of activity going on, and also some serious talks. We went and attended a talk with Ferocious and Mika Johnson and Tom Sachs Rocket. Full house, standing room only, and a lot of people here to meet the community and learn about what is happening. We also had an announcement from Gfunk. Stanley, tell us about that.
Yeah, so Gfunk from Pixel Vault made a few different announcements. They announced that they're creating Pixel Vault Sports, which I believe was out there, but nobody really quite understood what was happening. They announced that they signed a deal with MLB Baseball, and they also signed a deal with UFC. And what they're doing is interesting. They're going to be creating comic books about these athletes that are in the UFC and in MLB, and the story is going to be told through the scope of a comic book. And there is going to be a utility component tied into it, he said, in real life events, in real life experiences, like going to a sporting event, a playoff ticket. They also talked about like signed bats and things like that. I also think the interesting part is what they said is the only way to get these things is if you're already a holder of some of their current assets. So once again, they are very, 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 very good at rewarding the community. They also made an announcement they're coming out with a PFP project. And the only way to get that PFP project is to own Punk's Comics 1 and Punk's Comics 2. I'm not 100% confirmed, but I believe the floor of Punk's Comics 1 has doubled in the last 24 hours, which is pretty intense. And they also said they're going to be doing a complete makeover of all their characters and all the meta heroes. And I'm guessing you're going to be getting airdropped the new artwork that's going to go into your character. It seems like they're working on a lot of big things. And, you know, this is a brand that raised $100 million at $1 billion valuation. A lot of people have been saying, hey, when are you guys going to actually do something? And have been talking a little bit of shit, saying they're not living up to expectations. Well, Gfunk came out, main stage, 3 p.m. today, and I think put all the haters in doubt and let them know that they are building and they're doing some big things. And it was interesting to hear his story of how 16 months ago he was on his couch writing a comic book. 16 months ago, $1 billion evaluation. That's a short period of time. Lots of money. Yasi?
Yeah, well, I've been a Punk's comic holder for quite some time and a big fan of Pixel Vault. Good to see those announcements coming out. We see the floor price of Punk's Comic Series 1 sitting at 3.8 ETH, but there's only one. So there's actually a floor price, pretty much a 4.4, 1,700% increase in volume over the last 24 hours. Sounds like a big number. It was only 80 ETH, but starting to see some attention coming back to that. So the beautiful thing that we have about NFTs is that these assets live on forever. And while it may seem like nothing is happening, you have teams, you have community, and you have people building. And then when those announcements come out, people remember that these communities exist and come back into it for some short-term trading. And that's what we're seeing over here. I'm a long-time holder of Punk's comics and a believer in what they're trying to build. So excited to see more news coming from the main stage at VeeCon about that community.
And one other thing before we go, I want to give a recap, and we'll try to do another episode talk about what else is happening at VeeCon. First of all, the level of speakers that are here is incredible, and they're all from different types of life. I mean, we saw a panel: Gary Vee, Michael Rubin, and Mike Novogratz. I mean, you're talking about a few billionaires, entrepreneurs that are talking about what they're doing in Web3. Another panel, you had Lisa Leslie and Baron Davis, who are WNBA and NBA basketball players, talking about their entrance into Web3. Then you had Steve Aoki talking about what he's working on in Web3. Gfunk, who's been building in Web3. I mean, you have just a different group, different types of groups, collectors, Web2 people, entrepreneurs, business-minded people, and then you have creators and artists like Tom Sachs and Ferocious. You have all these different people that are here talking about their visions and what they're bringing to the table. And I forgot who said it on the panel today. They said, we are still so early. And if sometimes we don't reflect and actually think about how early we are, but this is probably the second or third really big NFT event that has actually existed, right? And this is the first year of VeeCon. Maybe in 10 years, VeeCon is going to be 100,000 people in a football stadium. And you know what? I think that's possible. I really do. I really, it gives me more and more conviction in the space. And I think it's all about onboarding more people, introducing to the space, and people falling in love with it and seeing it's not all just about the money opportunities, but the communities, people building, people making friends, from all over the world and engaging in real life of people they met on Discord and been friends on Discord or social media for the last year. I think it's absolutely incredible and super powerful, and I love to see it.
Yeah, I think so too. And I was speaking to a friend while at the conference, saying it reminded me of when I was at my first DevCon, Ethereum DevCon. We were in the crypto winter. People were saying how crypto is dead. It was early, or was it late 2018, and there was about 5,000 people all there to hear from Vitalik and hear about Ethereum. Ethereum was priced and trading at about $70 at that point in time. And I saw how much enthusiasm and excitement was around this community. People having tattoos on their arms of the ETH logo, building stuff, talking about it, staying up late, different conversations, panels, discussions. I was like, well, this thing is definitely going to be something. I'm buying. I'm putting more money into this. This is where the future is at. You can't recreate that. You can't make that. That money is not buying that. That is real community. And I'm for the first time getting that sense that that community exists here within the VeeCon world, that there really are some cult followers of VeeCon and VeeFriends. When you are in line for over 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, camping from the morning to get an autograph or a selfie with Gary Vee, well, you know that there is something there. You may not understand it. I don't really understand it, but there is something there.
It's there. And one thing I'll say, and shout out to Gary Vee. I mean, I think I said this like 9 or 10 times in the last 2 days. The amount of energy he has to literally engage with every single fan in his community is insane. I mean, I'm exhausted just looking at him signing autographs and taking selfies. He must be completely exhausted, but he's 100% focused in there and literally engaging with every single person, and really seems grateful and thankful that they're there to support his vision and what he's doing. And shout out to his team because they absolutely killed it. I mean, there's so many cool things. There's a flea market, there's art installations, there's a bunch of different sponsors and lounges, different food trucks, people playing cornhole. It's cool, man. It is a really cool experience. I don't know how other NFT conferences are, and I don't know how other conferences are, but they did a really cool job, and I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. There's even bigger speakers lined up for tomorrow, and we'll make sure to report back to you guys, our community, our fans. So make sure you check in, make sure you share, subscribe, tell your mama, and maybe one day we'll have our own GoCon. A boy could dream, can't he? Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see
I
you
like the
guys.
name GoatCon. We're gonna do
Goat.
it. It's gonna happen.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for checking in.